Turn that time with Fruit Wayo in as a tutor. And in today's tutorial, we're taking on the course BED114. It's actually a revision. It's not actually a tutorial. It's more like a revision. It's basically a tutorial, but it's a revision. So we know how these things are being done. This is a BED114. It's a course for 100 level second semester, and so you know you've taken one exam before now. I'm assuming you know how things are being done, but nevertheless, there are questions when you're writing the CBT exam. The question are what we call sub-objective and objective questions. Just a moment. The questions are sub-objective and objective questions. And when I say sub-objective questions, what am I talking about? I'm simply talking about, just a moment, I'm trying to set up my, very quickly, just a moment. So we use the opportunity to also wait for some of our students. We understand that this time is actually a working hour. A lot of persons will still be at their office trying to round up for the day, right? So but basically we are optimistic that as soon as they retire from work, they will visit the revision. But it's actually in the best opinion, in the best, right, it is better for students to be, when it comes to revision classes, it is better for students to be live and partake. And it's supposed to be, it's expected to be interactive. That's why it's a revision class. It's expected to be interactive. So we're going to be taking on some questions, and we are expected to um, make use of our phone. If you need to put something down, go ahead. Um, I believe you have the writing material with you already. So you're expected to use the comment section just below the video to respond to questions. Um, Questions will be written on the board, and you're expected, because by now we've taken series of classes on this course, and we've also given resource on this course that students, we believe students has gone through by now. So this revision class is more like an interaction class. So with this being said, let's jump straight into it. So we have bed 114. That's the course we're taking. And please, as you join the stream, endeavor to say hello, hi, or something. Okay, so we can acknowledge your presence. It is part of the requirements. This part of the requirement of this class. You are expected to say hello, hi, good evening. All right, it is very, very important. And if you are finding it difficult to do that, please just check below your phone. There's an option where you get to comment. All right, that is where you use, because you'll be asked questions and you'll be expected to give answers. So you need to figure that out now. Please let me know if you're having any issues figuring that out. So our very first question for today, so we have question 1. Okay, just a moment, I'm trying to get my material here. Okay, now we have dash may be under dash may be understood as dash may be understood as the organized effort, as the organized efforts, okay, of an enterprise. Of what? An enterprise to supply, an organized effort of an enterprise to supply customers with goods and services for a profit. Customers with what? Goods and services for a profit. Okay, and that's our very first question for today. We have our question, so we are expected to give our answer. We don't want to spend or waste so much time on one question, as we have a long list of questions. So, and it depends on how responsive we are that will determine how many questions we can cover. So it's in the best interest, in your best interest, you are advised to respond to questions as fast as possible. And one thing I say, all right, one thing about me is that in revision classes like this, you are not expected to know everything, all right? But one thing you must understand is that you must be responsive. That's one thing you must understand. You must be responsive. Okay. Is anybody helping us with the answer? Dash may be understood as the organized effort of an enterprise to supply customers with goods for what? A profit. Is anybody helping us with that? Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Yes. Business. Very correct. Absolutely correct. The answer is business. Yes. Thank you very much for that. So, permit me to. So we have that as. So one thing you also need to note is that if your answer happens to be the very first word, if your answer that you'll be using the computer, you'll be using the computer to write your exams, and your questions will be objective and sub-objective. So now, it's very important that you note that if your answer happens to be the first alphabet, the first word of the sentence, of the question, then note that, okay, note that you must start the first alphabet, all right, the first letter with a capital letter, like what I did here. Okay, somebody just joined the stream. Please, it is important to say hello, good evening, hi, as you join the stream. And it's also a requirement. It is a requirement that you use the comment section to respond to questions when these questions are written on the board, just like what Mr. Jackson did. So now, our next question, question 2. So we have that as question 1. So now let's move to the next question. Now we have dash environment. Environment contains the owner Dash environment contains the owner. Just a moment. Okay. The owner, employee, no, let's employers. The owner, let's use staff instead. Staffs, etc. Dash environment contains or is made up of the owner, staffs, etc. What environment is that? Okay, that is to tell us that this simply means that when it comes to business environment, there are different parts to it. All right, so there are some environments in the business environment that comprises of the owner, all right, comprises of the workers, the staffs. So this part of business environment is referred to as what? Okay. Is anybody helping us with the answer? Is anybody helping us with the answer? Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Jackson. It's you again. It seems like it's only Mr. Jackson that is active on this stream, and that is not a good one. Please, if you're on the stream, ensure to say something. You don't have to know it all. And if you are finding difficult to use the comment section, maybe you have not logged into your YouTube. You need to have an account. You need to use your Gmail to log into YouTube so that YouTube will allow you to perform certain activities on their platform. So use the comment section, is below the stream. Comment. Just click on the comment section and you can also participate. Okay? So we have, yes, the internal environment. Internal environment contains the owner, staffs, etc. Okay, now let's take more points. Okay, so we have question 3. Question 3. Now we have a business is any activity that what seeks to provide goods and services to others while dash at a profit. All right, a business is any, all right, a business is any activity okay, a business is any activity that seeks to provide what? Goods and services to others. Goods, services to others. While dash at a profits. Okay, that is a question 3. We have question 3 there. Is anybody helping us with that? A business is any activity that seeks to provide goods and services to others while what? Dash at a profit. Miss Donald, good evening. It's good to have you on board. Although you came pretty late, nevertheless, you are welcome on board. So you have the question. It has been just one person responding since. So you have the question. So you are expected to say something. And like I said earlier, and like I usually encourage, you don't have to know it all. Even when you're at the exam, you definitely cannot know all the questions. So anyone you don't know, think of what should flow, what can flow. This is a statement, it's a sentence. All right, think of what word can I apply in this vacuum that will flow with the sentence. Excuse me. That is in a situation whereby you have no idea what the answer is. All right, the last thing you want to do is to leave a question unattended to. So now, according to what we have here, it says a business is any activity that seeks to provide goods and services to others while dash at a profit. So what do you have? Please, we are waiting for your answer. Mr. Jackson, are you also there? Okay. Yes, thank you very much for that. Operating. Yes. Thank you very much for that. Operating. That's the correct answer. Operating at a profit. Miss Donald, are you still with us? Operating. Yes, operating at a profit. So now let's go for the next question. Question 4. Okay. Now, a dash plan is a written statement. A dash plan is a what? Is a written statement that does what? That describe and analyze. That describes, okay, and analyze a business. Okay. Another question for us to answer. Please, as you join the stream, do well to subscribe to the channel. The very first thing if you are new, and also do well to smash the like button. The second thing, and the third thing, you need to mark attendance. How do you mark attendance? Say hello, good evening, hi. How do you get to do that? Use the comment section. The comment section is below the stream. You see where you can, where it says comment, all right? Tap on it and you can type your comment, and you can also give your answers as well and contribute to the class. You will need to contribute. It's revision, all right? It's revision. You need to contribute. This is not a class whereby I do the teaching. Here I'm not teaching because you are writing the exam. This course, you have the exam tomorrow, so you are the one writing the exam. I'm not the one writing the exam. So this is more like a prerequisite, an exam before the main exam. So please, you must say something. I'm not the one putting the answers. I only tell, okay, this answer is not correct, this is correct. So you need to first give me an answer. All right, you need to contribute. Like I say, you need to contribute. Okay, it has been Mr. Jackson all along. Miss Donald, are you still with us? Okay, so we have the question. All right, students are not so active tonight. Probably majority of them are still at work. So we are going to be doing just very few. All right, since we are just few of us and just one person has been active, so we are going to limit this class to just 10 questions. We are going to limit it to 10 questions. All right, so now we have the question. A dash plan is a written statement that describe and analyze a business. Is anybody helping us with that? Okay. Yes, wonderful. Mr. Jackson again. Wonderful. That is it. A business plan. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Jackson. So we have business. Yes, thank you for that. So let's move to the next question. Now, we have a business structure describes the what? Legal structure of a dash that influences the day-to-day operation of a business. A business structure describes the legal structure of a dash. Okay? Of a dash that influences that does what? Influences, all right, the day-to-day operation okay, of a business. I really wish the students in this department are active and are very responsive. You know, you can imagine this is 23 minutes and we are just still on 5 questions. Why? Because students in this department are not as active and as responsive as the standard. All right, as the questions are coming, you are giving answers ASAP. By now, we should be on question 15. And the more questions we take, the better the chances for you all. All right, the more questions, like I have here, I have almost up to 200 questions, and look at this, it's just 5 questions in 23 minutes. So please, we need to do better in this department. So he's giving us this answer. A business structure describes the legal structure of a dash, all right, that influences the day-to-day activity, all right, operation of a business. Okay, Miss Donna said business document. Thank you very much for that. Miss Donald, I think you need to fast forward it a little bit. I think you are behind. You are behind us. Probably it's because you came late. You need to fast forward things a bit and let's be on the same page. Okay. Yes. So let's just wonderful, yes. Company. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Miss Ronald, Miss Donna, for your response too as well. It's well appreciated. At least with this, we know that we are making progress. So now let's take the next set of questions very quickly. Okay, so now we have question 6. Wow, my duster seems to be wet. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have question 6. Now, partnership dash is a written legal document is a written legal document between two individuals. All right, a written legal document between two individuals that contains a seal of agreement. All right, partnership dash is a written. Miss Donald, I think you need to fast forward a little bit. You are behind. Partnership dash is a written legal document. Okay. Yes, thank you very much. Partnership deed. Wonderful. Wonderful. It did slip my mind to change the ink. I actually did for color black, but I did not for color blue. So I have to do that now after this class. Yes, partnership deed. Thank you very much for that. So now we have the word dash is derived from the Latin word communis. The word dash is derived from the Latin word communis. The word dash is derived from the Latin word communis. Okay. Yes. Who's helping us with that? Okay, Ms. Donald just responded to the question we've asked about 3 minutes ago. Ms. Donald, there's a lever below the video. It's a red lever actually. So you can actually move it forward and back. So you need to move it forward so we can be on the same page. Because I see you answering questions we have asked about 2 minutes ago, a few seconds ago. So now the word dash, thank you very much for that, Mr. Jackson. The word communication, that's the answer. Communication is derived from the Latin word communis. Thank you very much for that. And communis, it means to what? To share, to exchange, to send, to transmit. We have that as that. Okay, so now let's take this question. Dash communication involves only dash communication that involve that dash communication does not involve the use of words. Dash communication does not involve the use of words. Okay? Does anybody have noticed that? Yes, Miss Donald. Mrs. Donald, are you still with us? You have not been responsive lately. Yes, non-verbal. Thank you very much for that. We have non-verbal communication. Okay? Thank you very much for that. Now let's continue. Dash communication is characterized by face-to-face medium. Dash communication, because this way they can twist question. You don't even know what you should expect. You can expect anything. Dash communication involves the face to face, all right, medium. Okay. Dash communication involves the face-to-face, all right, medium. Yes, thank you very much. I so much love your responsiveness. All right, thank you very much. So we have the verbal, okay, verbal communication. Now let's take the last question for today, for this class. Memorandum can otherwise be called dash. Memorandum, okay, let me write this clearly, can otherwise be called dash. Memorandum can otherwise be called dash. Yes, thank you very much, Mrs. Donald. Please, I said it before now. If your answer happens to be the first word of the sentence, it has to be, the very first letter has to be in block letter, like I have here, capital letter V. I can have here capital letter N. Okay? Okay, Miss Donna said memo. Yes, thank you very much. Miss Donna, we are now on the same page. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to see that we are now on the same page. Alright? Thank you, but I think it would have been better if you have written it in full. Memo is actually in short. Alright? Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much. But that should have been small letter. Alright? Yes, correct answer is memoranda. Alright? In full, please. In full. Small letter. Memoranda. Alright? So we spent so much time, all right, on just 10 questions, and this is basically as a result of students not showing up early, all right, in this revision class and not responding early enough to questions. So I'm hopeful that in our next class we'll inculcate the habit of coming to revision classes as early as possible and responding to questions ASAP so we can go further. So on this note, call it a wrap for today. We have the next revision class coming immediately after this one. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll be looking forward to seeing all the subsequent revision classes and wishing you all success in your exams tomorrow. I will be waiting to hear your testimony. Bye for now.